How do coaches get the best out of their athletes? A pep talk in the dressing room, a dressing down on the field, or breaking bits of wood during training?
The board break is a metaphor for breaking through barriers. Okay, so it takes you into a new territory of feeling and belief, and you'll see once they do it, they're going to go crazy.
We go behind the scenes at AFC Wimbledon, who are trying something a bit different to get the best out of their players. You can email victoria@bbc.co.uk, text 85058 or post a message on the blog via the 5 Live website. 5 Live, it is 10:37 now. If you think of the traditional image of the team talk by the football manager, you probably think of something like this.
Have you heard what the crowd is shouting? Bastards and bastards and bastards and they shouldn't be shouting at me. It should be shouting at you. And do you know why? Because it's half time and we're 2-0 down to the Mexicans. Wrong with it. Get your fingers out. Where's your bottle gun? And come and pay attention when I'm talking to you.
Right. Hapless England manager Mike Bassett there, if you could understand any of it, trying to inspire the troops in the film of the same name. Now, AFC Wimbledon are trying something slightly different, though. No swearing, thankfully. It involves an early 80s pop tune, a marker pen and some pieces of pine. It's being run by 5 Live listener Tom Bushnell. Now, we sent Rowan Bridge to see how it works. So, Rowan, how does it work? Pop tunes, marker pens?
So basically, what they wanted to do was improve the performance of the reserve team, and rather than take the sort of Mike Bassett approach, Marcus Gayle, who's the reserve team coach, who's in the studio here, decided he'd use a bit of team psychology, really. So he brought in Tom Bushnell, who's a motivational coach, and the idea was to get them to break through this, which is a 2 centimetre thick piece of pine. Now that's one that they've broken.
What?
But I tell you, it doesn't have much.
It's quite thick, isn't it? Well, I mean, as you said, you said how thick it was, but I mean, I couldn't do that.
No, it doesn't.
You're not going to make me, are you? No, good.
I wanted to do this myself, and BBC Insurance wouldn't let me because they were scared I was going to break my wrist.
Or get a splinter, you poor love.
Absolutely. So what they do is they get them to break through this thing while listening to Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, the 80s rockers, you know, the Rocky thing.
Yeah.
So I went along to a session when they handed out the wooden boards.
Guys, pass the boards round, please. Pass them round, yeah, right down. Right, guys, everyone get a board. And you want to write a goal on it, okay? Such as score a goal, keep a clean sheet, win the match.
Just to explain what they're doing at the moment.
Yeah, what we're doing right now is we're going to obviously do this board break, and what I'm asking the players to do is write down the goal that they want to achieve. So it might be quite simply win the match. If it's a keeper, it might be keep a clean sheet, striker score a goal, score a hat-trick, whatever it is. So the board break is a metaphor for breaking through barriers. Okay, so it takes you into a new territory of feeling and belief, and it's just a great feeling. You know, when they do something like that, they think it's probably quite difficult to do. Once they've done it, they feel that sense of achievement. It's like scoring a goal, you know. It's that ecstatic feeling that you'll see once they do it, they're going to go crazy. Yes! 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 Are we going to break the word? Yes! Are we going to break the word? Yes! Are we going to win the cup? Yes! Are we going to win the league? Yes! Are we going to win the Premier League?
Now, this is radio, so you can't see what happened, but you can certainly hear it. You can, though, have a look at the blog via the 5 Live website. We also shot a video of what was going on. You can see that all in Technicolor. I've had a look at it, and it is brilliant. Tom Bushnell, who you heard screaming yes, is here. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Asma, how are you?
I'm all right. Do you feel proud?
Yeah, it was a great effort by the lads, you know, and they all took to it like ducks to water. And we had a great time. Yeah, have a look on the video, like you said, and see for yourselves, you know, the listeners out there. I think the most important thing is, you know, Marcus, as the manager, is a believer of psychology and sport. And the most important thing is the boys won at the weekend, 4-1 away. I'm sure he'll tell you about that later. But
I'm sure he will.
Worked. So
Yeah.
yeah, very proud of it.
Well, as you said, Marcus Gayle is here, forward going, reserve team coach at AFC Wimbledon. Hi, Marcus.
Good morning.
And Richard Worrell, their centre forward. Hi, Richard.
Good morning.
I have to ask you, Richard, first of all, did you break the bit of pine first time?
Yeah, I did actually.
Thank goodness for that. Can you imagine? What do you think of it all then? Did you feel a bit embarrassed, be honest?
At first, I was kind of hesitant to do it. Yeah, I didn't have believed that I would actually break the wood, but after we all pumped up, I saw a couple of my players get through it, and I felt that drove me more to want to go through it with them as well.
Yeah.
You know, so be celebrating with them, and I got through it.
Yeah, it worked. Marcus, why this idea? Why did you what made you think, let's do this?
I think it's important for any player's development to have that mental toughness as well, to actually face problems in the game and to overcome them. It's not just the physical game that you see. There's a lot of things that go behind the scenes to prepare players for matches. So I met with Tom. We discussed about coming in and giving the boys a demonstration of breaking through barriers, which was the pine on the night. So it's important for him.
So what other stuff? I mean, is that a one-off, or are you going to keep doing it?
Yeah, we can do it from time to time. I think the foundation of it has been set. There's a different level of mentality now for the matches as we had last week. So I probably sounded a bit like Mike Bassett at half-time, being 1-0 down. But second half they came out, and young Richard came out and scored 2 great goals as well to help our win.
But what did the boys initially think of what you were suggesting to them? Or did you not give them much information? You just said, look, there's going to be this guy coming along and he's going to play the Rocky theme and it's going to be fun. Or did you actually tell them?
No, I didn't tell him. I said we're going to do some alternative training. I didn't give him too much info about it. They saw a big pile of wood in the corner and there was a bit like, what's going on over there? And then I introduced Tom, and Tom showed him exactly what was going to go on. So I think the response was really good.
Well, clearly, and the result was not bad, as you said.
Yeah, it's a start, and hopefully you can continue that on the weekend.
Yeah. So Tom, explain. How does it work? I don't quite understand. I mean, I looked at the video and what you were doing is you were all kind of bouncing up and down.
Yeah.
And you could hear the Rocky theme.
Yeah.
And then you were saying, are we going to win? And everyone was shouting yes.
Yeah.
And then slowly everyone did this, this kind of breaking the pine thing. But they wouldn't have broken that bit of pine without all the jumping around and the adrenaline, would they? Or?
Probably not initially, no. The whole methodology behind it is something called the emotional triad. I can explain it briefly. It's composed of 3 parts, obviously. Triad. It's your physiology, it's your language, it's the audio patterns that you use internally and externally, and it's also the things that you focus on and visualise and believe to be true about yourself and about the world around you. So the reason we did the jumping initially was just to get their physiology up. We started doing some breathing, getting them from a scale of 1 to 10. If they're kind of just relaxed, it might be at a 3, but to break through, we'd want to get beyond a 10 really. So we're on the spot, jumping up and down, put the music on, it's like a training session going, in the gym. Everyone's blood is pumping. Then I start to ask them I told them, I said, let's come on, we're just going to say a simple positive command, which is yes. And then we said, we're going to break through the wood, we're going to win the match, we're going to win the cup, win the league, etc., etc. So everybody's words and actions are becoming congruent with each other. And then I start to ask them to focus and visualise on actually physically breaking through the board.
And they'd written stuff on the board as well, hadn't they?
They'd written personal goals on there. So that one is, what does it say there? Make the tackle. So that would have been a defender probably.
Actually, it says make the tag.
Make the tag, yeah.
Because the goal has been killed. Literally, it's been sliced in half.
We're looking at half board right now, so it just says make the tack, as Adam said correctly, yeah. So others would have said things like score a goal, keep a clean sheet if it's a goalkeeper, or win the match, or simply just break through the wood. That's what was on mine, break through, just focus, break through, and we want to win the match. So applying those 3 things, your physiology, increasing that up in a positive way, your focus and visualisation, and the things that you say to yourself, the audio patterns, the things that you're saying as a team and internally. And so you raise your level of belief and emotional state very, very quickly to a peak state of where, we're going to win, we're going to break through this wood, because literally in a matter of, Rowan saw this, you'll see it on the footage, but within a matter of probably 5 to 7 minutes after people started doing it. We were into already the first board, and everyone else within 5 minutes had gone through it.
Yeah.
So it's a very quick turnaround and very effective.
I mean, Marcus, this is clearly just about positive mental attitude and focusing yourself. But I mean, you can do that without all this stuff, can't you?
You can, but when you're a young player, you may not be aware of those parts of information about how to get yourself to a certain level for your game. So I think it's important just to bring someone in just to show them the basic ways of getting yourself to that level, and then they can build upon it.
Richard, it's interesting because we're watching the video, everyone was kind of like, well, not everyone, but most of the players were kind of looking a bit like, what is going on? Looking a little bit embarrassed, a little bit sheepish, grinning away. But I mean, did you feel that you had to convince other people, or did they just all get into it and think, well, everyone else is doing it, I better do it as well?
I think for the first person to go up and do it.
Who was the first?
Michael, I think, wasn't it? Little Michael.
Yeah, it was little.
Did he volunteer or was he picked?
No, he was kind of pushed out, really. Everyone said, you go. But yeah, after we saw him go through it, and it was just like, yeah, I'm going it. I want to do it. I want to do it now. Yeah. It was all rushing forward to go and do it. And then,
what were the people that didn't do it on the first attempt?
Well,
they must be gutted.
Yeah, it was at first. It was a guy, Godfrey, isn't it? Yeah, but he didn't want to do it. He tried it twice, didn't get through it. And then everyone just started like building with him and pumping him up and getting him going. And then eventually he broke through it.
But Tom, what is a success for you? Is the success that they won the game, or would the success have been that they played well? I mean, if they'd lost the game, how would you have felt?
Personally, I'm always happy when a team wins, because I think that is the ultimate goal. Obviously, if they play well, then that's an added bonus. But football and professional sports and business and life, at the end of the day, is a business. You know, results do matter, and so results are highly important. And so, for the team to win, I think is vital. That's why we do it. And if you can get a good performance along the way, I love the beautiful game, so I appreciate good football. But ultimately, it's to win the match. That's what it's about. And to physically break through the wood as a team, that is a result in itself. You know, you either break the wood or you don't. Yeah. And when you do break the wood, you feel victorious, you feel like you've scored a goal, you feel like you've won the cup final. And that's why you saw all the boys going crazy. Yeah. And like Richard said, as soon as he saw his first teammate break it, everyone switched on, was like, yeah, I'm going to do this now. Yeah. And even ones that maybe felt they couldn't initially, the team got behind them. You know, they worked together as a team and got all the boys through. So that's why it was such a energetic and euphoric experience from all. So. And
Marcus, if the game had not been won, if you hadn't won the game, what would you have said to Tom?
He'd have hit me over the head with a bit of wood.
I told Tom, order 16 more bits of pine. Cracking again.
No, seriously, what would you have said to him?
Just that. I'm joking. There will probably be a time where they have that session and won't win the game, but it's not the be all or end all. It's about just them being implanted with that kind of knowledge that, you know, things are going to be challenging over a course of a season or whatever game you've got, and that we've got the capabilities of getting through it as a team. So as we saw with the wood breaking, it bonded the teammates together. Even if there was one person that didn't break through initially, you had that support from the rest of them to do it in the end.
Okay, well, best of luck with everything. Doesn't sound like you need much of it after that win, but best of luck anyway. Thank you all for coming in. Marcus Gayle, Richard Worrell and Tom Bushnell. Thank you to Rowan Bridge as well. And you can log on to Victoria's blog via the 5 Live website to check out the video that we filmed of the training session. I would highly recommend it. It is very funny. 5 Live, it is 10:50. Let's get some travel news with Helen.